So as far as the spread bets go, I'm going to wait till next week to predict on the spread.
Okay, you're just
against
going
the
to say
spread.
who's going to move on?
So yeah, I'm just saying who's going to move on. So
All right.
I'll leave it up to you, and then when it's time, I'll just run through my whole bracket.
I'm not going through the whole bracket, so go right ahead.
All right, let's do it.
I'll move with you, Teddy. You go. What do you want to start with? The top.
All right, I'm going to run through my whole bracket, and then you can run through yours, and then Scotty can tell us who he thinks is going to win if that's how you guys want to do it. So let's fucking do it, man. I'm so fired up about this playoff. I think I'm going to get a perfect bracket. Has that ever happened before?
Let's see. Let's see.
I think it's a little different in football.
It's not as hard in football, right? It's a lot easier to get a 12 bracket perfect than a 64 bracket.
Let's get it.
Yeah. So here's what I have. You got these first round games. You got Oklahoma, Alabama. You got Oregon, James Madison. You got Texas A&M, Miami, and you got Ole Miss versus Tulane.
Right. We already went over that.
I'm going Alabama to beat Oklahoma and move on to play Indiana.
Okay.
I'm going with Oregon to beat James Madison. I think that should be a pretty easy one and go on to play Texas Tech.
Okay.
I got Miami with the little upset over Texas A&M. I think Miami's going to be fired up that they made it. I think Carson Beck's going to step up to the plate. I think Mario Cristobal is going to get his shit together, and I think they're going to move on past Texas A&M, and I think Ole Miss gets past Tulane pretty easily. Then in the second round, you got Indiana, Alabama. I have Indiana taking Alabama in that game. I think they're too good, and that's where Alabama's year ends. The reason I like Alabama against Oklahoma is because, like the great Scotty Matthews always says, it's hard to beat the same team twice in 1 year. And Oklahoma already beat Alabama. It's hard to do it twice, so I'm taking Bama in that one, like I said.
Okay.
Texas Tech, Oregon. I have an upset again. I have Oregon moving past Texas Tech.
Boom.
I know Scotty doesn't like that one. On the other side of the bracket, I got Ohio State beating Miami. Miami's year ends right there. And I have Georgia beating Ole Miss. And then in the Final Four, Indiana, Oregon. I have Indiana moving past. We all love Kurt Signetti here in this building. And I think
Google me.
You got Google me. You got two really good coaches, but I think Indiana just has the firepower, and they're going to move past them. And then what a lot of people would consider a pretty big upset here, I have Georgia moving past Ohio State. And I
don't think that's going to be a big upset.
Well,
if that was the case.
People are all over Ohio State. Maybe not so much now since they lost to
vulnerable,
Indiana.
man. They only scored 10 points.
But they are looking vulnerable. I have a Georgia-Indiana final, and I have Georgia and Kirby Smart winning the national championship, taking it back to the SEC.
All right. Teddy Brooks, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you made notes on that. TK, what do you got?
Yeah, I only got a couple different from you. The James Madison Oregon game, I got Oregon winning that game. Alabama, Oklahoma, I got Bama winning. Tulane playing Ole Miss. I'm going to go with Ole Miss. Miami, Texas A&M.
No head coach, you know.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Texas
Wow.
A&M playing Miami. Even though I'm a Canes
Doesn't
fan,
matter.
I'm going to take Texas A&M in that one. You know, I don't think Miami should even be in this, but that's coming from a Canes fan. Oregon, Texas Tech in the quarterfinals. I'm going to jump on Texas Tech. Alabama, Indiana. Going with Indiana. Ole Miss, Georgia. I'll jump on Georgia. Texas A&M, Ohio State. I'll jump on Ohio
I
State.
think you guys are dead in the first round.
Where's your bracket? Ohio State,
Right here.
Georgia. I'll take
It's
Ohio
going to be different
State.
than yours, I can promise.
Let's see. We should throw a couple hundred each in the bracket. See who gets the
I'm
most.
still waiting for my dentist.
Texas Tech, Indiana. I'm going to jump on Indiana. Indiana, Ohio State. I'm going to jump on Ohio State. They'll beat Indiana. Like Teddy said.
They're not going to play each other.
They're going to play each other. That's what they want. That's what people want to see. That's what's going to happen. Ohio State against Indiana.
Okay.
Ohio State will beat them.
All right, excellent. I'm not putting out a full bracket at this point, but I think Oklahoma's got a shot to beat Alabama again. I just don't like the way Alabama's playing right now. I'm close to kind of that program. I got a kid that goes there. I speak to a lot of people up there. I'm not thrilled on Alabama's play right now. They can't run the ball. They're going against a team that can stop the run. Now you put the focus back on this Ty Simpson again to try to beat you, and they can defend. They did it last time. They caused mistakes, and that's how Oklahoma beat Alabama in their stadium. So I think Oklahoma can get by that game. So I'm definitely disagreeing with you guys on that one, just from simple facts. And I think Miami can definitely beat Texas A&M because Texas A&M was very vulnerable against Texas. I think Miami's a better team than 10-2. I think they just had that little lull where they dropped a couple of games in a row. I don't know the line on the game at this point in time, but I think Miami's got a shot to move on.
Miami's a dog.
Are they, what, 2?
It opened up at 5. It's down to 3.5 right now.
Yeah, I like Miami. I'd buy it back to 5. If I can get Miami at 5 against Texas A&M, I think I feel comfortable. I don't think Texas A&M I thought was a world beater until week 10, 11, and 12. But the last couple of weeks, I don't know. And especially the way they looked against Texas. But that's a rivalry. I told you guys 1,000 times. We talk about it. You could throw records out, when rivalries play against each other. One team could be 11-1, the other team could be 3-8, and they can beat them. We've seen it happen a zillion times.
If Miami does win, they'll be playing both of their games out in Texas.
Well, I think Miami's got a shot. They're good enough that they can win. They were the number 2 team in the nation. Not saying I go by that, but they were ranked number 2.
At one point, they looked like the best team in the country.
They did.
At one point.
So I think if they
things change, obviously, but at one point they did.
Carson Beck is experienced. He's been there before.
Been there, done that.
So I don't know. He's been there. Texas A&M has not been in this spot as often, and not that Miami's been in it often. I think it's the first time they're in the BCS. Right? Isn't it been? I know they used to be in those other games.
Well, it's not you were about to say BCS. It's not BCS anymore. But yeah, it's the first time they're in these playoffs.